you know how if you go to Wikipedia and if you look up Raziel or Rasael or however they're trying to like say it, is they say that's an angel of truth or an angel of secrets. So there's a thing with this truth that's gonna be coming out with this boss. So if that's the quote unquote angel of truth or the angel of secrets, and secrets are just truths, like you know how somebody says, "Oh, keep this secret from me," like keep it a secret. That means it's a truth. Like keep this truth from me. Like don't let nobody know what's going on. So I'm just thinking, okay, so that necromancer knows something, and the lore behind what that boss is about, I'm assuming is gonna be heavy. Like he's gonna know something Death don't know. He's gonna know something Ecthloran doesn't know. I'm assuming he's gonna know something Nomad don't know. Or yeah, something. It's gonna be something big because you see how many quests are gonna be behind it. You see how many, like how big this area is, like the city of so you see like how big this nonsense is gonna be. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, so the city of that it's a goofy name, but I think they explained it kind of silly. They were like, they forgot the city, so they were like, yeah, so it's a city of unknown. So I'm like, all right, that makes sense. That makes sense. And then they were talking about, oh, how we worked with the dead. Yeah, which is true. Yeah, Port Phasmatis. And another thing too, like you know the last wills, like you know how they were giving us, like you know in the forgotten, what's it called, the forgotten memories, or whatever the hell you get these things from the last wills, bro. They're giving us what's that green shit? I forgot what it was called. What's the green stuff? I forgot what it was called. Ectoplasm? No, damn, what's it called? It's not slime. Yeah, bucket of slime. Yeah, they giving us buckets of slime. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, so I'm assuming this is gonna have something to do with it. It's like little imageries to give us to be like, okay, so these are gonna be slowly what's gonna be used in necromancy. Because why would you use the ectofunctus as an item? Like, why would you give that to us? Why? And it's only in the small one, so it's like, okay, this is gonna be interesting. Imagine if we gotta use that. Or if they're just gonna be coy about it, they're just giving us this for ectofunctus XP. Which is true. But why would you give us this? And another thing I was thinking about was yeah, the other thing I was thinking about was why, basically, like you know how, like look at this, right? Because like this is my necromancy tab. So I'm assuming, like this is the only thing I don't understand about like the little things that they be giving us, right? How come we're going from level 20 necromancy, right, to level 50 necromancy, and then we're gonna go to level 70 necromancy? So if we just follow that order, right? If we just follow the 20, 50, 70, are we gonna get tectonic? Are we gonna need tectonic after level 90? Like if we just follow the trend, right? This is 20, 50, 70. Are we gonna need tectonic? Are we gonna need sea singers? Like I don't like what, because you see how they added boots and gloves, right? And I think they added something else. Yeah, they added something else to the tab. But it's like, you get what I'm saying? Like, are they gonna add tectonic for power armor? And are they gonna add maybe no, not Ganodermic. What was the tank? What is the tank equivalent for 90? I don't think we had any. Maybe Crit Bloom? Like what would be the next? Because I'm assuming it's gonna be Tectonic. Because yeah, it's like I don't get it. So I'm assuming it's gonna be that. But you know how RuneScape is. They don't like to give any information until like the last second. And they're gonna be like, oh, you know, by the way, Virago is gonna be useful again. What? Motherfucker. Like I can see that. I can see that happening. Or next thing you know, they make ports viable again. Like next thing you know, because you know they're saying how you gotta use you're either gonna go into tank, and you're either gonna go into power armor. But when you get into the higher levels, it becomes 2 in 1. But that's what I'm saying. Like they say Necromancy is its own armor. Yeah. But if it's its own armor, then why are we using Silk, the level 20 Spotted Silk, the level 50 Mystic, and then the 50 Subjugation? Because if it's its own armor, then we wouldn't need technically anything. It would just be created from the ground up. Pretend all you need is these bones or whatever. But why would we need an already made armor if it's not going to be used? Like, I'm just assuming, because I don't know. They tell us that it's going to be man-made, like you're going to make your own armor, which is true, yeah. But like, really? Like, I know it's not a preposterous idea to be like, oh, is level 90 going to be what? Because that's the way I'm thinking, because, like, why? And I'm assuming the Spectral Shield, like, you know how, like, they say of a Draconic Visage and a Spectral Shield? Yeah, you only use this for a shield. And then the Spectral Shield is a shield. And the Draconic Visage, or the Dragon Face, all you really use this for in-game is a shield. So I'm assuming it's for a shield. So maybe this is going to be something interesting. How much are Spectrals? I don't know. I bought it for like... I bought it kind of cheap at the moment. Kind of cheap. I bought it for like 15 mil, I think. But that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, why... Yeah, because you see how strange it was how they added boots and gloves? Even though people were like, oh, I already knew to buy boots and gloves because it's the whole set. I'm like, yeah, true. But why wouldn't they just tell us this in the beginning? Unless they're trying to manipulate the market, they're trying to bamboozle us, they're trying to hoodwink us into something else. That's what... It's just... Or they're trying to see trends in the market. Are they trying to manipulate the market? Are they trying to make us think a certain way? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a whole bunch of bullshit, but it's like, So I'm assuming we're gonna need... I'm assuming, because I don't know if it's if it's gonna be true or not. But I'm just assuming, are we gonna need 90 gear? Because if not, then why are we using other armor? Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm thinking. But the City of and the Raziel thing, I seen some people on, like, I was looking up, like, the Raziel thing, and they were like, yeah. Like, I just did, like, little surface level research. And I was like, okay, so if he's an Angel of Truth, and then if you look at, yeah, because this is what I said on stream already, but I'll just say it again. It was basically like you would look at trends, like, you know, in real life, like, you know how the Elder Scrolls Online, or I'm gonna just say the Elder Scrolls, how they're like, okay, the Elder Scrolls Necrom, and then now you have Diablo 4 dealing with devils and angels. And then you have like even this other witchcraft stuff, the what's it called, the Harry Potter game dealing with different classes of magic. It's a lot of stuff out here to be like, okay, all of this is like connected. Because like I already found out, like, you remember the Elder God eggs? And how like, oh, the destruction of the world, all that, or basically Gielinor and all that. Bro, there was you guys remember the Eternals? And how the Eternals was basically, they were going to use the anima of the earth, or yeah, of earth, to create another Eternal? That was the same motherfucking concept that the Elder God eggs had. They were going to use the anima of Gielinor, which is the earth, to create more Elder Gods. So I was like, this is the same shit. and the Eternals came out the same time period as the Elder God eggs, and I was like, this is the same shit. This is the same stuff. So I'm just thinking to myself, if you just look at the movies, if you look at like the time frame or whatever you want to call it, if you want to look at the song that's being played in the world, you can kind of catch what's going on. Well, I think they said the T95 Necro armor. I'm assuming so. But it would be kind of weird to not have it as a add-on to your already 90 gear. Like it'll be interesting if the T95 added on to the tier 90. Because it'll be weird to have like a separate tier 90 gear and then a separate tier 95. As if saying, because you know how Necromancy, they say you scale up and you can make your armor into the next thing. So that's why I'm like, It'll be just like saying you have masterwork from level 1 and then you keep building up masterwork into 99 or tier 92 into trimmed. So I'm like, Because you see how all the gears in Necromancy, they look like they're leveling up. Because you look like you have like a basic silk robe. Next thing you know, you get some trim gold on it. And then next thing you know, your hood looks better. Your face mask looks a little bit better. Your offhand looks a little bit better. Your arm guard looks a little bit better. Each time you level up. So I'm like, And that's kind of like what I'm saying. It gets interesting when you look at it. But yeah, that city of it's gonna be an interesting concept. And what's it called? Like that Well of Souls. That's an even more interesting concept. A Well of Souls to gather energy from, to do necromancy in, like that. Even that's interesting. So you have a reservoir of power in a well to commune with all these different little spirits to help you fight. And it gets like that chick. It gets real deep if you want to get into that type of lore. And I mean, you could bring it into the real world also, where they're like, okay, they're making necromancy, like they're making this witchcraft or the heavy use of death magic or soul magic into, what's it called? How would they say it? They say into, it's not normality, it's how would they say it? Like to make it normal. I forgot what they call it. To make it, I forgot what they call it. Like, you know how like in society they'll be like, oh, we're trying to make it normal, I guess. Normalize, to make it into like a normal practice. Like, oh yeah, witchcraft, oh yeah, everybody does that. You don't do that? You crazy. Kind of like that. So I'm assuming they're pushing these glyphs, these rune magics into the public eye to be like, all right, here you go, everybody. We're trying to make it so it's like commonplace for necromancy to be like, you know what? Everybody does necromancy. Everybody communes with demons. Everybody communes with devils and souls and all that. And they're trying to make it normal. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm assuming. That's what I'm assuming. Because if you push an ideology out there, they're always trying to make it so it's like, oh, this is, everybody does this. So it's like, yeah, that's that's what I'm like slowly becoming to think about, because like you see how if you watch the video, all of them look so cool, calm, collected. With they're like, oh yeah, necromancy, it's cool, bro. You should do it. Like what? Like it was cool being bestowed power by Guthix, man, because it was like a holy thing. Guthix was dying on his deathbed, and Guthix was like, you know what, I want you to be a guardian of Guthix, or yeah, I want you to be part of this to protect the world, like to and all that. It was kind of cool. It was like bestowed upon you. And when you fought Sliske, it was like a little rain of heaven, like, you know, the sunshine look. It was cool, and you got the power, like the power of Guthix, or I forgot what they called it, in Sliske's new, yeah, in Sliske's endgame. It was cool to see that. So now, instead of having the power inside of you, they want you to have power on the outside? They want you to conjure power from somewhere else? I'm assuming? That's what it feels like. That's what it, yeah. Yeah, they're saying, yeah, that's what it kind of sounds like. It sounds like you have no more power, and now you're seeking to find power somewhere else. Kind of. If that makes sense. Strange, isn't it? Yeah. It's strange, isn't it? Yeah, it's just fucking crazy. Yeah, because the only way I can truly think about it is, like, you know, the witches in Elite Dungeon 4? Like, you know how all the witches were making pacts with demons and making pacts with, like, with the Infernus creatures or the Infernal creatures? And, like, you know, when you fight Zemrak, the little witches, the Chaos witches, how when you destroy them, well, when you kill them, they burn into dust, or, like, they go into fire and then dust? Yeah, because they sold their soul off to make a deal with the... Yeah, the devil. Yeah, they sold their soul off to make a deal with the devil, so... Yeah. Yeah, because if you... Like, what's it called? Like, you know, if you read the lore... In one of the lore books, they were saying... How this... I forgot what it was called. I think it was the Witch's Grimoire. Like, you know, the achievement for the Witch's Grimoire? And how one of the girls was... They were saying she was different, and how she didn't want to follow the belief of, like, Saradomin or whoever. And they looked at her like she was like an outcast. But when these people had came in to destroy their village, she had used her own powers that she was using. Like, you know, the witch powers and all that, to save them. And then all the people in her village was like, oh, yay, thank you for saving us. And she looked at them like, nah, you remember how you shunned me? You remember how you called me a hoe and all that? And she was like, I ain't having that. So she burned the village to the ground, or something like that. And I was like, oh, shit. So I'm thinking, yeah, so... Yeah, it is strange. It's getting to a strange place in the game with the beliefs. But yeah, other than that, I hope the boss fight looks good. Honestly, the combat system looks interesting. And what's it called? Yeah, I just hope it's good. To be honest with you, and how they're pushing it, I just hope, bro. I hope to God, bro. Well, no, let me take that back. I want the storyline to be good, dog. I just want the storyline to be good. And that's it, dog. Because I know RuneScape got good storylines, and they don't release nothing on without purpose. That's what I know RuneScape don't do. They don't ever do shit out of the whim. They always do something with a purpose. So I'm really hoping that it's gonna be good. Yeah, that's all I really gotta say. Yeah, that's all I really gotta say.